Peter Clayton behind the camera. I'm Jeremy Cordeaux. Gary's here as well. Now, you're going to have to keep us abreast of, Pete, the new record that you've got out, Father and Son.
Yes.
How can people hear it?
Well, I'm just waiting for it to be loaded onto iTunes and YouTube, all that sort of stuff.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've got to tell you, the Cat Stevens version was always my favourite version of the song, well, the only version of the song, really. But Peter Clayton's version of Father and Son is better than the original. I really mean that.
Thank you, Jeremy.
It is better than the original. So we will tell you when you can see that. And Gary reminds me that if you are a follower of this on a Tuesday morning, when we post at 9 o'clock, and Thursday morning, today, if you press subscribe, is that what you do?
Yeah.
You can get us on YouTube. And in fact, it pops up and reminds you that it's there, which is handy. Yeah, if you're kind enough to follow us, please do. We will spend $2 billion this Christmas on presents. I don't know. A lot of that's going to be wasted, isn't it? Because people trying to buy Christmas presents for people, that's a difficult thing. Difficult thing. And the Christmas Tree Farm sent me a note saying, get your orders in. I love to have a Christmas tree in the house. I mean, a real Christmas tree. I don't like the idea of cutting it down, because a Christmas tree has the capacity to grow into this enormously beautiful thing, which will live for hundreds and hundreds of years. And the idea of it being cut down so people like me can have it in the corner and enjoy the smell of pine needles, it seems a bit excessive. But a Christmas tree is a lovely thing to have. Jilly Cooper, I don't know if you know the name, but Jilly Cooper has died. She was 89, a great saucy author of horsey English country books. Dozens of them. And a great interview. I've got so many fond memories of talking to Jilly Cooper over the years when she brought out a new book. She always gave you a fantastic interview. I will miss you. I will miss you. But the good news is that Dolly Parton has made an appearance on social media to assure her fans that she's fine. Her sister scared the life out of us by saying, please pray for Dolly. But it seems no need. Well, to say a prayer for her anyway. But she's fine. She tells us she's absolutely fine. She looks absolutely terrific. Now, here's a thought. Right out of nowhere, with all the holidays that we have, what about one, we could rebadge one, or we could come up with another one, called Thanksgiving. Now, I know it's not original, before you tell me, but think about it. A day where we acknowledge just how fortunate we are to live in this great country. And remember, we can lose it in a blink. It can happen. And speaking of losing it, I was listening to Pauline Hanson in Parliament on Monday morning. Such brilliant common sense. Her views on multiculturalism, the burqa, and importantly, this independent Senator Lydia Thorpe's vow to burn down Parliament to make her Palestinian point. How burning down Parliament helps the lost people of the Gaza Strip, I have no idea. I'm not surprised that One Nation is growing in support hand over fist. It is obviously the Conservative Party to watch. Pauline says it all. She has a clear vision for Australia. She doesn't bend with the wind. She doesn't dilly-dally. Her delivery is not polished. me put it that way.
But honest.
Yes, but honest. Honest. It's not polished, but sincere, consistent, and honest. I really like her. But I have for years. I have since the very beginning. She is one of the few genuine people you're going to meet in Canberra. Using your... I don't know how quite to approach this. Using your mobile phone or device on the toilet is not recommended. It can give you hemorrhoids. Now I had to think about that. We have to look further at this. It seems that you have to go and get off as quickly as possible. Something about your pelvic floor. Now I don't know about you, but I never think about my pelvic floor. I'm assuming I have one, but it doesn't sort of prey on my mind. It does go along with the finding that the mobile phone is the most infected, disgusting, corrupted thing we own. So leave it outside the loo. And yes, wash your hands, Jeffrey. Now what was that? That was, wash your hands, Jeffrey. That was a Solvol ad.
You got me there.
I think. Does anyone remember Solvol?
Remember the ad? I don't know what
The old Solvol ad. I don't even know whether you can buy Solvol anymore. It's a very effective, abrasive salt. You know, it got the grease off if you've been working on the car. And yeah, very effective. Not very sympathetic, but effective. There's a move in Melbourne to ban fast food restaurants in certain suburbs because it is observed that the people in those suburbs are obese. Now this is the nanny state at work. The Labor state government in Victoria is taking even more control over people's lives. Should they be allowed to sit in judgment on what people choose to eat? If you want to do something about obesity, you put Ozempic and those weight loss drugs, those injectable weight loss drugs, you put them on the PBS. And then you get the lead out. Because they are very effective and they have many other, I am told, health benefits associated with them. And I'm sure that Kentucky Fried and McDonald's can't say the same. As you would know, the Victorian government solution to their rather significant machete violence problem is to outlaw the machete. To help, they have spent, look at these figures, they're fascinating. They've spent $13 million on making some 40 metal bins. That's $325,000 per bin. Do you believe it?
How?
How? Exactly. Now whoever got that contract is smiling broadly. Just a simple bin. $325,000. This is where people are told to surrender their machetes, as if these violent, murderous kids will surrender their weapons. There's no incentive to do so. Sure, they're breaking the no machete law, but you're dealing with murderers here, potential and actual. But you know what's happening? Elderly gardeners are handing in their machetes and cane knives. Like these were a problem. That's a hell of a lot of money to spend on fixing a problem that doesn't exist. Well, you follow me. It's not getting to the nub of the problem. Common sense, where is it? Where's the media on this? Speaking of common sense, the great break on individual productivity has got to be this inability that we have to speak to a person. I know Peter Clayton was hot on this years ago, so was I. We've got to maintain the rage, frankly. We waste so much time on the telephone trying to talk to somebody who could fix a simple problem. But somebody deemed it to be okay to set up a phone system whereby you talk to a machine and push numbers and do nothing other than waste your time and protect culprits who don't want customer accountability or contact. Actually, they don't deserve customers. We want to speak to a person, get to the nub of the problem, fix the situation, create a solution. But you can't do that. How do these companies ever how do they get the right to simply say, we won't talk to anyone? When I try to get a professor or someone, a doctor, an expert, on the program for, say, tomorrow, a morning chat, no one has a phone number. No one wants to talk to anyone. Even the people who are set up in the communications business to do exactly that. It's absolutely frightening. Society thinks that it's okay not to be face-to-face accountable. It seems we not only can't talk to them, we can't see them, you can't contact them. It's really weird. We're here with the best wishes of people who do want to see you face to face. The Rising Sun, that's at 60 Bridge Street, Kensington. Grant and Jackie will pick up the phone in a flash. You will not be held at arm's length as you try to make a lunch or dinner booking. Or you can maybe launch a product or whatever it is that you're thinking of using the hospitality of the Rising Sun for. Regularly chosen as the best pub or inn in South Australia, you won't be disappointed. And Elder Fine Art Gallery, Melbourne Street, North Adelaide, getting ready for the last big auction of the year, which will be coming up within, I would think, about 6 weeks. 106 and 110, Melbourne Street, North Adelaide, two beautiful buildings which, come auction time, as two wonderful galleries, are absolutely filled to the ceiling with beautiful paintings on offer to the world. So if you're looking to sell a painting, get an appraisal, talk to Helen or Jim on 8267 2869. If you've got a painting that you're thinking about selling, a notable painting, and frankly I wouldn't know a notable painting if I fell over it, really. I know what I like, which is an old cliche, but if you want an appraisal, Jim will tell you what that picture is worth, and then you can make a decision. And don't forget to call us tomorrow. Our telephone number, 0491 65 68 60, jeremycordeaux.com, around the dining room table. Or you can get the app, which is Simple Radio. And as Gary reminds us, if you go to YouTube, you've got a whole stack of stuff there. You just press subscribe, and it pops up quite magically. It's a wonderful world in which we live, ladies and gentlemen. The Simple Radio app on your telephone, you will have me in the palm of your hand, where I take great delight in being, ladies and gentlemen. We'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow around the dining room table. I'll tell you who we have coming on. What's the date? The 16th of October. Marie Antoinette, Queen of France, who allegedly uttered the phrase, "Let them eat cake," beheaded at 37. 1793 was the year. Marie Antoinette. Disney Brothers cartoon studio founded in 1923. A far cry from the Disney empire of today. But things start somewhere. Jadwiga is crowned King of Poland, despite being a woman. On this day in 13 84. Thereby hangs a tale? I don't know. Interesting. Barbara West, English surveyor of the Titanic sinking, dies at 96. 2007. Britain's Prince Harry and Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, begin their first royal tour visiting Australia and New Zealand. First and only, and last, I would suspect. That was 2018. Oscar Wilde, the Irish playwright and novelist, Importance of Being Earnest, The Picture of Dorian Gray, born Dublin, Ireland, 1854. Hotel in Boston becomes the first to have indoor plumbing. 1869, on this day. George C. Marshall, American General, U.S. Secretary of State, 47 to 49, who authored the Marshall Plan, Nobel Prize winner of 1953. It's a pity about Donald not getting the gong.
Oh, we're very sad about that.
Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Anyway, he dies on this day, 1959, at the age of 78. The first edition of C.S. Lewis' The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe is released in London. Caroline's favourite book since the age of 7. It says here, 1950 was the year. John Harwood patents the self-winding watch. Switzerland. This day, 1923. Noah Webster, the American lexicographer, Webster's Dictionary, born in America, 1758. Noah Webster. Deborah Kerr, British actress, From Here to Eternity, The King and I, An Affair to Remember, dies from the effects of Parkinson's disease at 86. She was a lovely, lovely lady. I really liked her, and I spoke to her only once, but it left a profound impression on me, I tell you. Deborah Kerr, 2007 she died. Charlotte Bronte's book Jane Eyre was published in 1847. Angela Lansbury, the Irish-British-American Golden Globe multi-Tony award-winning stage and screen actress, Gaslight, The Manchurian Candidate, Mayhem, Murder, She Wrote, Beauty and the Beast, born in London. She died in 2022, but born this day in 2025. T.E. Lawrence of Arabia meets with Faisal I of Iraq on this day in 1916. And if you remember the day for any reason at all, I hope it's going to be a very happy day. A wonderful day, filled with good memories. Now, 9 to 12, going over the Middle East ceasefire agreement, the solution, agreement, call it what you like. Dr. John Bruni. Senator Bob Day will be with us. Adam Clayton, who's the chief economist with the Institute of Public Affairs. Michael Stutsbury from the Centre of Independent Studies. How to Fix Australia. That's worth hearing. And I'm still trying to get Alison Reeves from the Grattan Institute, who says electricity prices will fall by 50% if we stay with renewables. I say bull dust. Perhaps she doesn't want to be questioned on her prediction. We'll see. Thanks very much for being with us. I'm Jeremy Cordeaux. Believe in yourself. Thank you for viewing the Court of Public Opinion. Join us tomorrow morning at 9, jeremycordeaux.com. Bye for now.